6 layers of brick walls, or they've added and changed and moved and
Cameras is the
everything
biggest
else.
thing right now, I think, just because of our inspection come Saturday. So
Is that a part of the inspection?
I believe it is. We're checking with Jacob to make
We
sure.
had, we
but I'm
had
pretty sure.
stated in our, in how we monitor our non-narcotics that it will be a camera. We had told Katie that as well, and she's good with that. It's just a way of keeping everybody honest.
Yeah.
And making sure that our it's a way also of counting and keeping control of what's going in and what's going out. You know, at least we can go back and review, oh, hey, so-and-so got one, you know, 2 EPIs, one is 10,000, 7 EPIs for 1 to 1. It's easy to get confused.
And that can be, if that's the only camera we get put up right away to make an inspection,
Right.
that's quick and easy because we can put the NVR in the secured area in your room, get the camera hooked up, boom, you can see it live. And then we can add the other ones,
Right.
you know, as soon as we can get them in there, but
I would assume that would be Jacob's biggest concern is the monitoring of the.
But yeah,
That'll be
I
part of-
mean,
that is part of our inspection.
Well, it sounds like that's something we need to do, so. Is our agenda worded? So
Do we have a
can just take
discussion to consider on this?
You only, I don't think we do, but
It says discuss and consider.
is this gonna come out of ARPA funds or operational? Because if it's operational, you can go ahead and do it. If it's
Yeah,
ARPA, we
it's
gotta put it on our
operational.
agenda.
yeah, we got the budget for it. So.
Okay. Then it's good that you let us know what's going on. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, sounds
And
good.
it's
We
like I
need
said,
it.
these things are, the technology changes so fast that it's crazy.
So by the time you get it in, it'll be obsolete.
Not quite that fast, not like computers.
Okay.
Next,
Not like
Close,
driving a car off
but-
the car lot.
You're right. The first system I put in was Hill Phoenix,
Mhm.
and it took 3 years before they changed their platform, but it still works with the system. It's just they've
Mhm.
made it more advanced.
so we gotta have it, and I'm not arguing the point, I'm just asking a question based on what you said about Hill Phoenix. So is this platform such that it's easier to update it than it would be to start, or not easier maybe, but less expensive to update than going new every 3 years or whatever the case may be?
Right. The biggest thing they done last time was they went from the way they monitored it was before they actually went to a full cloud-based. You could access it through a web portal,
Mhm.
but then they went to the cloud-based. So they gave the people that were on the old system an opportunity to go up if they wished to do so. But Hill Phoenix didn't. And the other one I was trying to think of, the big one was at the old Marathon building, the big log cabin out there. They had it and they decided not to do it too. But Harper Brush, Moxie, Coab, they're all, and Drish Construction, they're all on the same thing. So
So if that happened, if the hardware actually happens to go down, is cloud back? It's backed up in the cloud, we can retrieve it if we need to, once we get up and going.
correct.
But there's a local storage too, right?
Right, there's local on board because every controller will have a backup battery in it. So
How long do those batteries last?
I don't know for sure how long they will last. All I know is that one time Marathon went down and the batteries held the whole time they were down, and they were down like 11 hours.
Okay,
So it constantly charges as long as there's.
Correct. It's a lead acid battery. It's like you find in your exit signs that every 5 years you got to put a new battery in or something, just because it. But yeah, they last quite a while. So
sounds good.
it.
Did you say that we can consider?
Well,
It's coming
if it's
out of- Brian's
operational.
just gonna buy it and
Yeah.
send you guys the invoice or
Oh,
notice you
okay.
guys about it.
Okay.
I think this is a good idea, Sharon.
Mhm. Thank you for explaining.
You'll have it up by second.
I gotta go to DOC first.
I just need the one
Okay,
camera
try
for
hard.
Saturday.
Okay.
Well, I gotta order the stuff first too.
Okay,
Well,
so
if you gotta go to DOC in the afternoon, you still got 3 hours.
Oh, no. So I was wanting to leave here at 7:30 this morning, and then Damien messaged me last night and says, can you be, I'm like, really, Damien, of all days that you decide to pull?
well, yeah.
And I'm like, crap. So I messaged John, I'm
Have
like,
you noticed when something doesn't work quite right, it's his fault?
who, Damien's?
Yeah.
It is,
No.
everything, it's fun.
Anyway, Lee,
He's got big
Lee,
shoulders.
this, I think this is a good idea. I am for this. Okay.
And this will be a card, not a card, yeah, card system.
It can be, this is the other thing these guys have, they have different credentials or options for the people. Some people like the cards.
Uh-huh. uh-huh.
Seems to me as if that would be
You can have a little key
consistent.
fob.
Okay, yeah, okay.
They have silicone wristbands, they have leather wristbands, they have little
Mhm.
stickers you can stick on your wallet or whatever, and you just walk up and do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they got, the nice thing is these guys, like, they think about options for their
Yeah. the
people,
different
because not everybody likes the cards.
things. So my next question, and it's the most important one to me. Do we have access? Can we see this, watch you guys on this screen?
If they give it to you,
I promise it'll get boring.
But
We're not too
it won't be
excited.
you
in
can
bed.
just, yeah, no
No.
bedrooms, no bathrooms. You
Yeah,
can watch traffic go by out front. You can see, when there's an accident at the intersection, you'll be able to watch it. and
Just
see who was right
remember,
or
we're on
wrong.
Zoom.
it'll be exciting. Yes.
Yeah.
Just
So,
saying.
Well, Jerry, I really appreciate you coming in.
hey, not a
I
problem.
know
That's-
that set you back.
Nope, you're fine.
Okay.
That's just it. People that aren't into the technology don't understand.
And we don't.
Right. And that's why I said, if I need to be there, I'll come and answer whatever
Thank you.
you guys need. So and I knew, and when they said Chauncey's, I'm like, he's got the cameras because they're good quality. They're not cheap, but they're not the most expensive either, because they've got some cameras that they use in casinos that they put on the ceilings up there, and they can zoom in and read the date on a dime.
Seriously?
Yes, they do.
Wow.
So
Well, thank you.
those
Thank
cameras
you.
aren't cheap, but yeah, they've got them to
So,
where,
help us get this done.
yep, like I said, just I need to get the stuff ordered and get it on the
So
way
what do
and,
you need From me, do you need me to just get an invoice?
it's whatever, how you wanna do it. can-
You would present an invoice to the county and we would turn that in. And as today is Wednesday, if
Yep.
you give us that invoice before
Friday at noon.
Friday at noon,
No, Darcy usually has, it's
Oh.
Wednesday at noon is the claim
I mean
deadline.
today.
Oh,
Yeah.
so next
Well,
day.
okay, that's bad news.
Can I use those right there? Are those invoices?
Those are, it says estimate on it.
Yeah.
All we have to do is go back to the office and click and convert,
Okay.
and I can email invoice and then, yeah,
But Jerry, that's the process. The invoice has to go to them,
right.
as Abby said, and then they should have a check by Monday.
Okay, and then I get that, I'll get everything ordered and on the way.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, just, that's 50% done, and the rest, after it's all in and done, if it takes 2 or 3 weeks, whatever the normal process is, then I understand, it's just.
Yeah. But
then
just
it's
get us the
down.
invoice. Okay.
So I'm gonna ask a question again. I'm sorry. I
You're
apologize.
fine, no, that's why I'm here, Lee.
Did I understand correctly that you can get the drug camera in this week?
Do you have one that you could put in temporarily for the
Yes,
inspection?
I do. I actually have a system that we used at the fair a couple of years ago that we could probably slap up and.
And to show that we have camera access.
Mhm.
The last thing I want is.
Yeah.
For another hiccup.
So.
Yeah, there's been enough
We'll
of
How
get-
many cameras?
We'll get.
How many cameras are you talking about?
6.
Altogether?
Yes.
There's 6 on there right now.
Six.
Isn't there 5 or 6?
6, okay.
6, yeah, 6 cameras.
They'll be on the outsides of the
Oh, we're
garage
talking about getting the one in the drug.
for the drug.
Now, had we talked about that drug camera earlier, or is that something you knew? before
No,
you came
we
here?
talked
No,
about.
no, I
Okay.
just, because they just said that.
So-
it's in the
Okay.
protocol.
Yeah, the drug cabinet, it.
Yeah, I
No, they
just,
told us.
Yes,
that
it is
10
there.
minutes
I
ago.
Yeah.
can show you where it's at.
Like I said, as long as it's where
Supposed
it needs to
going out there
be.
today. Yep.
okay, well,
Exactly where it's at.
Okay, then we can make it to where,
so it sounds like you got a lot of stuff to do this morning. Get that invoice in,
it's just a matter of going back and
yeah,
hitting
and
convert,
doing
and then
whatever.
And then. send
Email
to
it,
me,
yeah.
to me.
I think it's,
Take
you
care of
and
it.
Brian.
We're gonna go back and do an invoice and we can just put in it while he's at it, he can just go ahead before he goes to
Right.
paperwork.
QuickBooks is awesome.
Yeah.
Just
Thank you.
All right.
open the estimate,
We'll get that
convert,
to you.
and then email.
Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for giving me an opportunity. We'll get you all fixed up and,
Take
You
care,
bet.
safe travels.
oh, yes,
Figure.
definitely. You bet. Thanks, Chauncey. Thanks, Lee.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Oh, I.
Ten line. Okay, we're good. So, what else did you want to talk about?
The other thing is, we were talking about, because we still don't know when we're gonna get Adam 52.
We don't get what?
Adam
The second
52,
rig.
The second rig,
Adam 52.
yes, that's.
It's in Mount Pleasant in the
Yes.
garage as of
So-
yesterday morning at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's still there.
Right,
and Chauncey and I met and he connected and found out.
Well, the only information that I really got was that voicemail I forwarded
Right,
to everybody, which, I don't know if it's overly rosy, but it sounds like they're getting it put together.
well, we have to plan for a contingency,
Right.
just in
Yes.
case. The first option we looked at, and I sent it out to all you, was
Just when I.
getting Van Buren
From
County
the merge,
to
I
come
guess,
out
did you
and
guys
and
do that?
cover
I
for
think I
us,
sent it.
right? That gives us 2 units, because we don't really want to run with one, because we'll be in the same boat we are currently.
But
Um,
my challenge with that is if they don't have this done by Friday, they're not gonna have it done by Monday. They're not gonna work on it over the weekend.
Well,
And that's
That's
kind of where
true.
our challenge was too. So I talked to Brian and Damian about potentially reaching out to Libertyville and using their 305 rescue unit
It's a good
as a
idea.
backup at no charge, maybe a donation to their service and Christy
You know, I like
Nystrom.
that idea better because
Yep.
I'm
And then
also
that
helping
way-
other people in the county.
Well, and then
Not
that
out of
way,
county.
Brian and I, or Damien and I, or somebody can grab that rescue unit if a second 911 drops. And we go on scene, we start treating the patient until the ambulance gets there, and then the ambulance can haul them.
Just get a commitment from them that
Yes,
this is available to you
that's-
as needed.
Well, I would
And
like a
we
commitment.
did it for like 5 days. We did it
Yeah.
for like a week,
So
so.
There's
you've
no
already
way
done this?
they'll-
Is there a
they'll be
commitment
working
in
on this
writing?
next
no,
We are gonna
discussed
do
it
this.
last time.
We
Because
discussed it
I
last night.
want to know what's really going on because
Yes,
we heard 125 and then we heard 2,600. I'd just like to know.
Right. Well, the
what it
one,
is.
the
Yes.
125 was, we're talking to.
But that's history now at 125,
Yeah.
so throw it
Yeah.
out.
throw it
Correct,
out.
yeah, that was for renting.
and we were
an
trying to
ambulance.
save the county money by doing this, and like I said, I reached out to Christy Nystrom last night at the EMS Association meeting, and she is to get back to me
Good.
today.
Mhm.
If not, Josh Watson said we could use
Maybe,
Lockridge's
yeah.
ambulance, and Charlie said that would be fine. So we do have 2 options right now, and it's
And we
not
can
gonna
at least
cost
go
us
through
anything.
inspection with one. We know
Yes.
that's not
Mhm.
ideal,
Yep.
but
Yep.
we're not in an ideal world right
Do
now.
we have full information as to what's actually broken and what's taking so long for them to fix it?
He has an invoice. He did get, can you go downstairs and get that?
We'll look at that, but I don't know if we-
Yes,
Send that to
invoice
us.
for the ambulance.
Isn't
that's
that the
actually broken.
5,000?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
$5,000
the
one.
5,000.
And they just didn't have parts on hand.
Yeah, it's a 5,100. Yeah, they supposedly have, for what I took and then whatever they said, if they're retrofitting something or I got.
So, yeah, I don't know anything about the rate.
So-
getting
So it
done.
sounds like we have a backup. plan.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. Good job.
With the,
So we
with
can
the money and then with the backup with Libertyville and then,
potentially.
yes, so.
So I
just
had a
wanted to
conversation
present
with
that to
Kevin at Lifeline, because I was kind of curious.
Is that where the ambulance number 3 is?
Yeah. And I was just, thought maybe I could squeeze it out of him a little sooner, but anyway, in that conversation, as I mentioned, the other rig was down and I'm like you guys, I don't know all of the details, but something about the compressor and whatnot, and the sway bar that Damien was able to get and all that happy stuff. And I don't even remember the brand name now, but he said that he built that rig, which he did. And then I'm gonna say this wrong, but it had a Weldon or a Zeldin or a Veldon or whatever compressor in it. He was pretty sure that it did. And so the company that manufactures those is Oskaloosa.
Mhm.
And that if need be, if we get the number on, if that's indeed the type of compressor or whatever that's in there.
You might wanna let. Does Bob know that?
So what are we talking about? Are we talking about having the manufacturer step in and fix it?
No, not necessarily step in and fix it. I don't even know what all it is that they're having problems with, but if it's parts, if A, it's that brand, and B, if it's something that, because if I understand what Damien said, something about it being obsolete.
So what, because I honestly can't even get a straight answer from, like, all I know is that.
Do we know what's broken and?
The air compressor.
Okay.
The air compressor was the main one because it was only producing 10 pounds of air.
Which
Just fill up those airbags in the back.
runs
which it was
hydraulics in the
not.
bit, right?
The airbags.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, which that was not working. 10 pounds, you have to have over 60 to 120 pounds of pressure to do that. Plus you have to have an air dryer to keep the moisture out of the lines and everything. The dryer wasn't the problem. They were able to get the dryer, and then it took out the stainless steel lines every for that. So they had to get that, plus then the sway bars and then the brackets for that. Because of my understanding, what it said in the description, that it actually broke it off the frame,
Sway bar.
the bolts, yeah, and everything. So, but then the compressor is actually what the main problem is what caused all of this, because of not being able to produce air, just ran, not working well, because there was also holes in the line from that. So then if your air compressor runs all the time, it's gonna break. So my understanding is that they couldn't get something for the compressor. They had to retrofit stuff in it. They found a compressor for that fits into that box that works, and they had to retrofit some stuff. That's what I got from him.
And they've done all that, or the process?
My understanding is the compressor, all of that is fine, and the dryer's fine. It's just the rear end stuff.
Sway bar.
Yeah, that bracket that I think that they're having to retrofit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what.
No, because all this is right now, not our responsibility.
Right.
And I think
But it
John's,
is stopping us.
Right, yes. I mean, it'd just be nice to have updates from the,
maybe we can do
Milk
another
stew.
one late
Yes.
afternoon. Would that be
Another.
an update?
To potentially maybe
Steve?
have an idea.
because it would,
Like asking every day to give us an
Yes.
update?
I mean,
He has luck with Steve, and I think.
Well,
we
I
need to
think
go
we
through
need
this
to
chain.
know, just so we know how long we're going to be with just one
Well,
ambulance.
let's
We
put
may
it
have to
this
do
way.
this.
Remember, there's some money that's going to be paid that won't be paid if we don't have two ambulances delivered.
right. See, and
So they have some incentive.
Right, Friday at 10 a.m.
9:30
9:30, that's the kind of that's their expected deadline.
in the hospital parking lot.
And if we don't have the second unit Friday, we just need to know how soon we're gonna get it back. So we know how long we might have to use Lockridge or Libertyville's units,
So.
so we can get a
explain-
definite.
Sure, explain to me. Well, I'm glad we have those 2 units possible in our county. Explain to me, how are you gonna stage for that second ambulance so the inspector can look at it? You see it, it's all there.
We're gonna set up tables and put the baskets, just like what we're going to do in the first one, and show him the exact same equipment. This is gonna go in the second unit as soon as it arrives.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's how I understand. we need to
I
do it.
thought he was
Changed
quite
in
nice
all
the other day when I
years.
talked to him
Yep.
to at least allow that.
Yes, and
Yes.
we
Okay.
do.
It solved a
appreciate
lot
it
of
very much,
problems.
yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So let's move on from that. Are you guys ready to talk about the building?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so my last meeting, which is at 7 a.m. this morning. Please know that you have to have a state fire marshal inspection midweek, correct?
No, yeah, I guess we have to have one of those.
And the biggest thing the state fire is, we got the good one, okay? The biggest thing, and I want you all three to listen, because I don't want this messed up. They're gonna make sure, he wants to make sure all the receptacles are not covered. In other words, if you've got a bed pushed up against a wall, don't do that.
Right.
Leave it out so they don't have to go to the effort of moving
Right.
the bed.
Understood.
Okay, let's make it easy for them. Okay?
Okay.
And I don't know, Steve wasn't sure exactly what day that was, but you'll have to work around that.
Okay,
guy.
yep,
No,
we can.
no worries.
So when he introduced himself, be nice.
Yes.
The other thing, if there are any repairs or issues to that building, I'm still a point of contact. Don't talk to Ben out there to have him change your receptacle or a plug-in, okay?
Mhm.
Because I know you guys have been in there and done that, and I don't care for that,
Right.
okay?
Well, I talked,
No,
we
the
were
thing
out
is,
there
I'm the
with
point
Steve.
of contact.
Right.
I didn't hear about it until yesterday.
Okay.
We've got to follow the path here. I've talked, the washer and dryer, there was an issue with that yesterday. Ben's got to do something to the back so we can push a little further back. Because it's this much, so the door can't close. They just have to fix that. But they're working on it. And they're going to be working on a lot of things out there
Right.
that aren't quite done yet. So when we give you the go to go in that building, you've got to work with those folks, okay? I mean, be nice. We all need to get along to get this thing done.
Right.
And we're this close. I told Dee she has to be nice. I haven't told Dee yet.
You know,
That'll take a while, okay? But this is the deal. Anything else I want to talk about? State Fire Marshal, call me. I'm the point of contact. Talk to you about the plugs, okay? Because I don't want the State Fire Marshal.
What's
Stop
the
it.
fire marshal's name?
I don't know. Steve
Bill.
didn't tell me.
Brett Farrell.
No. Evidently, there are a couple state fire marshals, and
There's three.
according to Steve, we're gonna get the good one.
Our market,
Okay.
no, nobody got that.
So I know he needs to get going, but please also know that guy, her, and myself are your three bosses. Okay, don't just talk to one, talk to all of us.
And I
Because
have,
we are here to help you.
and I have.
So have you talked to Steve about, and maybe they've already done it, I don't know, but you know, they're gonna cut that counter in the kitchen and take that cabinet above that.
They're still working on that.
Okay.
There was no room for the refrigerator because of that counter being long. So we're putting the refrigerator over in the northwest corner. And they've got to make its own plug-in. So there are little things they have to do. Let's leave it up to the experts, work on it. Let's not piss them off.
Right.
Guys,
No.
okay?
But I mean, we also gotta know since we're gonna.
And
be
they
in
know
there.
they have to work with you too.
Right, no, and that's important because we gotta make sure when we get in there that things are in the right place, so we know how,
No, I get that, but it's as simple as we have to work together
right,
or we're not gonna get in that building today,
understood,
okay?
100%.
understood.
And they'll need to, unless they've already done it, I don't know, but we'll need 220 in that kitchen.
I know that. It's for their stove, right?
Yeah.
It usually is. So
Thank you.
if you're gonna behave, you can get in there at 10:30 today,
Thank you.
okay?
I'll behave.
I know you will be. I'm worried about the other ones.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, but I wasn't. gonna do this.
Somebody out here that.
I will take my broomstick and beat them with it if they don't. behave.
Judy, because this is the time where if Ben's in there working on that washer dryer, let him do it.
Yeah.
Walk around him. It's
Oh, yeah.
easy.
Yep,
By the way, Ben, I need you at my house.
yes.
And we don't talk about Brian's house in that damn pool. I put it.
Oh, no,
in
this is
that
where my
thing.
door goes.
Because right now it isn't important, okay? This ambulance is.
To me, though.
We don't care.
Now you need to let us know, Judy,
I will.
what ambulance service is going to cover, because we like
Yes.
to know that.
Well, we have to let Jacob know that, like Ricky Tick. So,
Yeah. So,
Are they covering or are you gonna be driving their?
We're gonna be
We're
using
not-
their,
we're waiting on-
we're gonna be using the rescue unit.
right,
Nice.
we know to go ahead from Libertyville,
Once we get that. or-
so you mentioned you would give them some sort of donation.
Yes,
correct.
What do you think about, how much are we talking?
I don't know. Steve, what do
We
you?
haven't.
Like that's
We
up to
haven't-
you guys as a board. We can't,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
because we can't sit here and say, well.
No, I understand.
Right.
So he is your point of contact for that.
Correct.
Him and Christy Nystrom.
Okay.
Yes.
So just so I'm clear on this. So we have this unit that you or Damien and you or you and whoever will man as a kind of as a second rig, kind of like 17.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the fire departments. And so you'll respond and then start whatever you start.
Correct.
Yes.
If if we're talking about our ambulance 51,
Yes.
if it's transporting a patient to the hospital, that you'll be there till it is free to come back. and
Come
pick
back
up.
and.
That's
pick up the
correct.
patient, Yes.
We'll stabilize them.
Yes.
And what's different with that is we're both paramedics, so, you know, the only thing we.
But you'll
cannot
have
do-
on those, on whatever vehicle that
We'll
you're
have,
using.
we'll have
you'll
the
have one.
drugs, the cardiac
We'll have
monitor, a
everything.
jump bag.
Everything, everything that ambulance can do, we can do except transport them.
So my second question is, and I'm not trying to be an ass here.
It's another quarter.
Yeah, I'm assuming that 52 still has our Lucas device in it. But we can't get.
From what I
52 back.
understand from the individual who called me to inform me about 52 that started all of this, both the Lucases are at the base. So they took the Lucas from 52 and they left it here.
Is
So
52 fully stocked? Did they just take it over there with all cares gear? Do they have to take that out?
I don't know how much of it they took out. I do know that they did take the Lucas device out. So they
So
keep
So it's
using
over
it
at
in
the
the,
greenhouse,
it's over at the,
their base.
So
There
it
is,
should be
yes.
exchanged in the parking lot at the
at
same
the
time.
same time, yes.
So
And
that
so
money
should our
should
stew
not be
chairs,
released until we know
our
we have
stair
those
chairs and our
Lucas
cot.
devices.
Right.
That's part of it.
They don't belong to us, John, so they belong to public health.
So I guess what I'm telling you guys, and this is a lot of chatter, but just get ready for that inspection.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what we're
The,
focusing on.
the ambulance people or milk stool is gonna deal with 52,
Right.
okay?
So we'll actually have to
Let-
have that Lucas device ahead of time, right?
Yes, we have to have it for inspection.
Mhm.
Yes.
So that would be a point for when you talk to Steve, we need to get that Lucas device
I
Friday
need the
morning.
2 stair chairs and the cot,
Yes.
That would-
most
which
definitely.
51
So-
should come with the
So
cot.
these two need to know that.
So the 2 stair chairs and the cot has to come as well.
So basically, we're doing a gear exchange on Friday
Correct.
at
Yes,
9:30
all of
at the
that has to-
hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
stair chairs and that cot have been paid for?
Yes.
Yes, they have. He's
Yeah.
already picked up his
And
check
they
and
did,
signed.
they're gonna try for 9:30. My bet is it'll be 10 AM.
He
But
did sign that paper
yes.
that said that he was bringing it.
Yes.
Okay.
So he signed a
So
lot of papers.
51 should already have the cot in there because that's the
Yeah.
one we're asking for. And then the 2 stair
Okay.
chairs.
We're gonna not worry
And
about
the
Mr.
Lucas
Libby
device.
today, okay,
Yes.
guys?
Just so I'm
We
clear,
gotta get through this.
all the equipment that we purchased is down here, right? It's already at the base.
It
We've
should
got
be,
the
yes.
cot from 52, or one of them we're already
51, yeah.
using.
Mhm,
The 2 stair chairs are in each of the rigs.
mhm.
So that's just a handover, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And then the
Um,
2 Lucas
The Lucas
devices.
devices are at the base.
But
Yes.
you have to show the cot along with your table stuff.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. So I have to have that stair chair and the cot and the Lucas
Yes.
device for that second unit. even though
What
it's
time exactly? Is it 10 AM? on
10
Saturday?
AM on
Mhm.
Saturday.
Yes.
Okay,
But we're doing the exchange on Friday, so we should have 24 hours if we're
Yes.
missing something to sort it out.
right,
Well,
right. I
Yes.
think so.
Yes.
Right.
And we do have, actually, that is covered if we don't have that, but Stryker has offered to bring us a cot and a
Correct.
stair chair on loan until,
free,
just to make
yeah.
sure for free, just
Yeah.
Okay.
because our other stuff hasn't
And
come
they told
told us
us
that
that
And
yesterday.
Jamie wants to say something.
Yes.
It'll be here in the morning.
In the morning, okay, in the morning.
Yeah, because Ryan,
Oh,
they,
tomorrow morning?
he had an emergency delivery up in Mason City. He
No.
didn't want to, he's called, that's why he called. Because he's not blowing us off, but he'll be here in the morning with all
Okay.
this.
Yes,
Good, good to go.
and I think I sent an email with some of that in there. Susie. Somebody.
I still want to.
Just-
Yesterday.
We're very close to the end of this.
Yes.
Don't get in an argument with anybody. Don't cuss anybody. Be professional.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You know, she not wants to.
I was talking to Lee, but I also meant you guys.
I promise I will.
Yeah.
You're not in trouble.
I
Relax.
promise I'll behave.
Listen, can I say
don't have a
something?
problem.
Brian,
Yes.
it's the other two I was worried about, not her.
I'm innocent and sweet.
That's not true.
No, I don't think so.
You're still wet behind the ears.
Okay, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
I've got one thing.
Oh, yes, sir.
I want you guys to appreciate Jacob. He is giving up his son's football game Saturday morning to come and do your
Right.
inspection.
No,
Bracken plays at
appreciate that,
9:20,
yeah.
so he's
Yeah.
giving that up so he can come and help you out.
On that note, he was very flexible
Yes.
when dealing with, they could just stay
Yeah,
and
that's
He
say.
had his game planned already, like,
Well, all I gotta say is, we need to be, appreciate a little more than everybody needs to appreciate everybody. So for a couple days, let's just wait and cuss somebody out, maybe on Monday. Let's get through this, okay? We'll have a therapy
There's no
session.
reason for that
No.
behavior anyway, because I've had some feedback that some relationships have been damaged
Yeah, we
over
need to,
this. So we just need to all be nice to each other.
do I have to be nice to them? Just curious.
I always said,
Just like,
Yeah,
when you give respect, you'll get respect.
I wondered how that worked.
when you
Right there.
represent the county,
That's what I live by. I always give everybody the benefit of the doubt, and I always put on the fake smile when you need it, and then after that, you treat me like trash, I still.
Okay, that's a little too much, I understand. Okay,
Let's be nice today.
I just tell you,
Damien, it's
Be
okay.
nice.
I know it is.
Just be nice, always be nice.
I'm always.
There's always rainbows and sunshine somewhere.
Yeah, we're all gonna have little rainbow donuts on Saturday. I'll bring mine to you. We'll sprinkle.
Yes, there you go.
Motion to adjourn.
so
All right. All those in
Thank you.
favor?
uh,